In this video, I will cover the new features added in Panoramic Render plugin and how to use them. 5.7 and 5.8 supported now. Plugin can render images as JPG and it automatically adds metadata for Facebook VR, and overall internal quality have been improved. In this video, I will cover the new features added in Panoramic Render plugin and how to use them. You can get the plugin from the link in the description, where you will also find videos explaining how to use the plugin step by step in an interior and exterior scene. You will also get lots of sample VR tours rendered using the plugin. So you can see here we have a project and you can use this project. So you can just go ahead and click on expand, and then you can explore the project from every view, and you can go here, click on this, and then you can just switch to any views you want, and all these views are rendered using the same plugin. So now let's get into the video. So the first update is now plugin is supported by Unreal Engine 5.7 and Unreal Engine 5.8. So you can use this plugin in any of the version according to your requirement in 5.7 and 5.8. The next big update for the plugin is you go here on the output format, and then you can choose for EXR, PNG and JPG. So earlier it was only EXR and PNG or EXR, but now you have only JPG and EXR plus JPG and EXR, PNG and JPG. So I always prefer rendering in 3 versions like EXR, PNG and JPG. One big point here is when you render in JPG, so whenever you select only JPG or EXR with JPG or EXR, PNG and JPG, what now plugins do is it adds the metadata into the JPG image. With the help of that, you can upload the image on Facebook directly as virtual tour. That means you just go ahead, add camera, render a 360 image, and then upload it on the Facebook as a VR, and it will flawlessly work. So I will go ahead and show you how it is, how easy and fast it is to render a 360 image and then upload it on the Facebook as virtual tour. So for that, I will go here in the viewport, and maybe I want to keep the camera something around here, right? So I would like to keep the camera here. So I will take the bookmark like this. Then after that, I will go here and then click on create Cine Camera Actor. So Cine Camera Actor is added. Now it's added on the, I'll move it on the persistent level, and I will name it as camera 360 and then 1, right? Maybe I will add one more camera, but before that, let's understand what we need to do actually. So I will go ahead on this camera, I will right click and then click on pilot camera 360. After that, I will go here and then I will make it to 125 in height, and then I will set the rotation to 0, 0 and then 0. And after that, what I will do is I will go ahead, I have to render in 8K, right? So if I have to render the 360 image in 8K, then I will go ahead and set the fill back to 81.92 and 40.96. And then I will set the current focal length to 55 or 45, depending on how big or small your scene is. Suppose you are seeing this blurry and depth of field in the scene, you can go ahead and use this command, which is show flag dot depth of field, and then just press space and press 0 and then press enter. So you will not have depth of field in the viewport anymore. Okay, so camera added. From here, a normal simple camera added. Then I went ahead and placed it wherever I want. Then I placed the height. Then I rotated according to my requirement. I wish to, like I want to render it from this view. After that, I selected the camera in the film view. Since I have to render in 8K, so I set the sensor width to 8192 and sensor height to 4096. If I have to render it in 4K, then this one will be 4096 and 2048. If I have to render it in 6K, then it will be 600 and then 300. So you always have to render a 2:1 equirectangular image for a 360 virtual tour. After you have set the sensor width and height, you can go ahead and set the focal length depending on the project. So this is never fixed. Sometime it will be 36, sometime it will be 45, sometime it will be 55, right? So you have to see what current focal length is better suitable for your project. For this project, I think 45 will be enough. So all these three set. Now all I have to do is I will go ahead here on this camera, right click, then click edit and then duplicate, and then I have that. I will right click and then click on pilot, and then maybe I will render another 360 camera from this view or this angle, for example like this, right? After that I will just set the height to 125, then I will set it to 0, 0 and minus 90. I can go ahead and move it little bit left or right, move it front or back depending on my requirement, but I usually do it from here for precise control over the movement and rotation, right? After this, what we can do is we can just select these two camera. We will go here in the render tool. So I believe you have already installed the Panoramic Renderer, and then you can go ahead and then enable it, enable the Panoramic Renderer. After you enable it, if you don't see this toolbar, you'll have to go here in window and then click on 360 render tool, right? And the moment you will click on it, it will open here, or maybe it will open on screen anywhere. So you can just go ahead and then dock it on the viewport wherever you like it. After that, I don't usually like this preview in the viewport. For that, you have to go to editor, then go to viewport, and then preview selected camera. You have to just go ahead and switch it off. So I will not see that preview anymore. After that, I will just exit the camera. I will go to any bookmark, then I will press Alt 3 to go to unlit mode. And now I will go ahead and select this two camera, then go to render tool. I will go ahead and delete this camera. So target camera 360, these two cameras selected. All I have to do is click add selected to 360, and then those two cameras will be added here. And you can go ahead and add 100 cameras if you want. That means it will batch render every camera. So I just selected this two and then added here. So you can add as much camera as you want. After that, the resolution, since my film back is 8K and 4K, so I have set it to 8192 resolution and 416. This is a sample 360 image, so I am going to render in 32. But if you are rendering final and you are rendering at 8K, render at 256 sample per pixel. If you are rendering 4K, then render it at 512 sample per pixel. After that, I have went ahead and switched off use spatial sample for path tracing. That means if you go here in path tracing preset and then load this ultra, so all this will be loaded. All you have to do is just switch it off. You can even click this on, but you will not be able to see the progress. But if you switch it off, then it will be sample per pixel. It will not be a spatial sample. So a spatial sample, you will not be able to track the progress. But if you are not using spatial sample for path tracing, then you will be able to see the sample per pixel going up and rendering. So it will be more clear for you visually to understand if the rendering is going on. So all you need to do is just go here in the render quality engines. I am just not worrying about this standard camera 2D for now and the vertical camera 2D for now. I will be covering this later and I will show how amazing those two features are. But for now, you can go in render quality and engine and then just go here in path tracing presets and just enable ultra and switch this off, right? And all this console command will be automatically loaded because I have gone ahead and added this command in the preset so that you get easy access to them. You don't have to remember them. All this done. Now all you have to do is go ahead and set the location if you want and the output format. So as of now, I always like EXR, PNG and JPG. So I will select this two, right? And after it will render it, it will add the metadata for Facebook inside it, and you will see how easy it will be after rendering. It can be just directly uploaded on the Facebook, which I will be showing you the moment it's done. So all set up now, and now all you have to do is you have to go here and capture for virtual tour or VR, and just go ahead and first go ahead and save it. I will always recommend to keep your viewport to unlit, and then yeah, lighting is also important. So I'm using path tracing lighting. So this one is for lumen lighting, and this one is for path tracing lighting and path tracing, and all this, since this 360 should always be rendered in path tracing, so instead of this one I am using this light. This light already has everything set up for you for path tracing, and you can get the free sample on my website where you will have this all these three levels, and I'm using exact same free template here in this project. I have just enabled the plugin, downloaded and enabled the plugin, or I have just enabled the plugin in this project. Free template, imported everything, done the lighting, material and optimization, all those things. After that, I'm going to render 360 image, and this is so easy for now. You can find the plugin in the video description. So now let's go ahead and click on render. So I'll go ahead and click on capture for VR. Now it will go ahead and see where the first camera is. Then it will spawn 6 cameras, front, back, left, right, top, bottom, and it will render 6 camera one by one. After it's rendered, it will stitch everything, then save as EXR, save as PNG, save as JPG, and while saving as JPG, it will add metadata. Because of that, you can just go to Facebook, upload that image, and it will be a 360 virtual tour experience on Facebook out of the box. Earlier, we had to go to Photoshop, convert the EXR or PNG into JPG. Then we had to go ahead and add those metadata manually, and after that we can go ahead and add and after that we had to upload it on Facebook as a VR tour. But now render, upload, done. No conversion from EXR or PNG, plugin will already do it, and no conversion from PNG to JPG, plugin will do, and no manual addition of metadata, plugin will go ahead and add it automatically. So it's ready for VR upload on Facebook or any VR services of your choice. For Facebook, you need those metadata, but if you want to upload on any other services, you can just go ahead and upload it without a problem. So as you can see, those two camera have been rendered as EXR, JPG and PNG, EXR, JPG and PNG. It took around less than 3 minutes on my PC with RTX 3090. And now let's go ahead and see them how they look. So I'll go ahead and click on this, and as you can see, we have 8K image rendered with absolute quality, even on 32 sample per pixel. So you can imagine when you give it 512 or 256, how much quality you will have. Obviously, you can go ahead and open the EXR version and go ahead and do all sorts of color grading according to your like, and I will highly recommend doing color grading on your rendered PXR images before you upload, because you can just make it look as good as you want, but the quality is already very good on 32. You can go ahead and also render on 256 for maximum quality, and 512 if you really have a very high and powerful graphic card. Otherwise 256 is much more than enough. As you can see, 32 is no noise whatsoever, no problem whatsoever, absolutely fantastic quality just on 32. So imagine, this plugin has been internally coded in a way where it takes care about everything possible: post process, ambient occlusion, quality, light quality, shadow quality, everything. Plus, because it's rendering in path tracing, the quality becomes even better. So now let's go ahead, since this is rendered in JPG also. So if I right click on it, go to properties, go to details, and then scroll down, you see camera maker RICOH and camera model RICOH theta S already added by the plugin for us. So all you have to do is go on Facebook, right? So just go on Facebook, click on image, go to C drive, renders. You will see there this JPG and JPG. You will not be able to upload PNG. So just select the JPGs. I will select just one JPG because I have to show, and then just click open. And the moment you see this icon here, it is a 360 and you will be able to explore it on this on 360 on Facebook. Just write test render 360 or whatever you like. If you go here, you will see lots of project I have rendered and uploaded as 360s. So here we have 360, here we have 360. So lots of 360s are there uploaded on my website. You can just click and then leave, and you can go ahead and explore them as 360. So you go on my profile and you can get lots of 360 and explore lots of 360 there. Okay, so I hope you got a clear picture of what's there in the new update. 5.7 and 5.8 supported now. Plugin can render images as JPG and it automatically adds metadata for Facebook VR, and overall internal quality have been improved. So I hope this video was clear enough. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, have a great